DeSantis has been struggling to launch and get himself going in his campaign against Trump. So he's initiating some new attack ads or attack tactics on Trump. He's relying on pointing out that he was nice to Caitlyn Jenner because, she's trans, so oh my God. And also there's other aspects of his accident-prone type of campaign. So this is what the DeSantis War Room is setting up over on X. And it's a Trump accident tracker, like those 0, 1 to 2 days free, accident free in our warehouse or something like that. That's the fun they're going with, and this is what they said about it. Today we're unveiling the quote Trump accident tracker, which is a way of recording how long the former president can go without a workplace accident on the campaign trail. And they said they'll explain why it's needed. So what's in this 7 Twitter threads or a 7-post thread on Twitter from their account talking about all the gaffes that Donald Trump has had. Let's go straight to one of them where it's about Trump and DeSantis and some trans comments because that's gaffe worthy.
Can a man become a woman?
Let me ask you something. Can a man become a woman?
No. How ridiculous that we're even asking that question.
It's how ridiculous are we asking that question? You're still losing, bro. Either way, so the hate is supposed to be on that, and Donald Trump is trying to find the best way to act like he doesn't hate folks and still appeal to as many voters as possible. So that was the first gaffe. Of course, Ron DeSantis is on the right end of that, according to them. There's more though, because when they're attacking LGBTQ plus folks, it's costing Ron, because remember with this headline from USA Today, Ron DeSantis is waging this war on woke in Florida. And then that's when these billionaire donors are now diving out, because one of them is named Ken Griffin. He's a CEO, and he pulled his financial support over DeSantis' fight with Disney and that whole "Don't Say Gay" bill that he was pushing, that then he was regretting after folks pointed out how hateful and arbitrarily across the board hateful that was. But that's what he dove into. That's what he thought would help him. Once it wasn't, he's starting to lose some funding here. Here's one more clip from that accident tracker, though, that they're talking about. As he's losing money, maybe this will help him out. This one's about Viktor Orban.
I was very honored as a man. Viktor Orban. Did anyone ever hear of him? He's probably like one of the strongest leaders anywhere in the world, and he's the leader of. Right, he's the leader of Turkey. Fronts on both Russia. Yeah, you could sit down. We'll be here for a little.
I mean, he kind of got him there. Prime Minister Viktor Orban, of course, that fascist in Hungary, not Turkey, but still, who cares? It's the same thing, right, Maz?
Well, I mean, Donald Trump doesn't even know. I remember there was something where I used to do a joke about how he probably doesn't know how many countries there are. And not that anybody should know how many countries there are, but how surprised he'd be with all the countries that he didn't even know were countries. Like he'd be like, Malta? I thought that was an ice cream. But then later on there was a press conference he was giving, and he was talking about countries. He's like, I didn't even know there was this many countries. And so yeah, he clearly doesn't know the difference between Hungary and Turkey. When the guy said, "Can a man become a woman?" It made me think that song, "When a man loves a woman." When a man becomes a woman, they should redo it.
It's a good remake.
A good remake, right? But it's amazing how Ron DeSantis's team thinks that he's good for being bad. Like they're like, oh, he's not gonna say anything pro LGBTQ. He's anti-LGBTQ, so you should like him for that. And maybe Ron DeSantis will know the difference between Turkey and Hungary. But that's like the best. When they said accident tracker, first of all, I thought it was going to be like Donald Trump slipping and falling and stuff, which I thought was kind of
that'd be
funny.
More fun.
Yeah, that was funny. But then it was him just saying things like him saying like, yeah, a man could transition, you could have someone be, transition, sure. Like, and then they're like, you see how bad he is? Could you imagine if like the next thing, by the way, here's Donald Trump saying some things that might be actually good, like if he had said something about like, well, do you think a woman should have the right to an abortion? If he said, well, yeah, accident, it's like, it reminds me of those like, those they should have that, those commercials, like the lawyer commercials, like, have you been in an accident? Like they should have like a thing come out. But it's a sad campaign. Like I think I'm polling better than Ron DeSantis in the Republican primary, and I'm not even running. So that's how bad he's doing.
It's a problem. I don't know where they go from here. They're trying everything. I mean, that's one thing I can give them. They're definitely trying, because this is a whole breakdown for as many gaffes as possible on Donald Trump. But what they keep forgetting, and this is going to be the easy response, anybody who's against a Republican that's against Ron DeSantis can pull. Just play that old ad where he said he's little Trump. MAGA, bigly, love it. All that stuff he was pushing. I'm baby Trump. I'm little Trump. So anything he can criticize Trump on, he's the little version of it. Just saying.
For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.